No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Hey, welcome back to another hot episode of HBCU Hour, where the legacy lives loud and the culture takes center stage. From the gridiron to the hardwood, we shine a spotlight on the soul of Black college sports. This ain't just coverage, it's a celebration. And we are coming to you live from Birmingham, Alabama, the Sheraton Hotel at the SWAC Media Days. We are finishing up now. As we've got to get on the road and make some trips. But man, it's been an eventful day. We've been able to talk to several teams we weren't able to talk to, and we'll bring you some of those highlights later. But so far, Ant, what is your thoughts of today? The main thing to me is, Mike, is the mic on? Because I can't hear you.
Production level of this event has gone through the roof, man. Everything's bigger. There's more media people here than I remember. It just seems to be a greater event than it has been in years past.
Yeah, exactly, man. There was a lot of information came out today. Um, in the chat, let us know if y'all can hear us okay, because it's loud in here, so I can't tell. But we've had a lot of information come out today. First things first, one of the largest announcements, SWAC TV, a new SWAC station to feature all SWAC sports. That was announced today. We got the email announcing the games. So it looks like all SWAC games will be televised in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I think that's huge, man. ESPN Plus, HBCU Go, they do a great job of showcasing, highlighting the sweat. But I think being able to control it yourself, control your content yourself that's a game changer.
Yeah. Man, it's been huge. Not only that, what was it? It was something else came out today. Um, oh, the order of let me see if I can pull that up. And compared to, I know what we had was neither one of us got exactly what they had. I don't think. Maybe the east side, but the west side was definitely different. See if I can find that, pull that up. And while I'm looking for that, just so, for those of you who don't know, Jackson State, of course, is who they picked to come out of the East, and out of the West, it was Southern University. So let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find. There it is. Predicted order of finish. Let me get this up here for y'all so y'all can see, and then we can talk about it. All right, and here it is. The predicted order of finish in the East. They've got Jackson State FAMU, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Bethune, and Valley. In the West, Southern, Alcorn State, Prairie View, Texas Southern, Grambling State, and UAPB. And what you got on that? Is that what you had? I can't remember. That might be it.
I had PV first at number 2, then I swapped in with Alcorn.
Okay.
Alcorn number 2. So that West looks like I had the West and the East, man. I don't know if it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Being honest. Until somebody knocks Jackson State off, they're gonna be in there.
Yeah. And some of the questions we had, man, talking about humility and some of those things, man. I'll tell you this. Jacobian came over wearing that ring, man. He was showing you, letting you know he was a champion. Him and Jeremiah Williams. But when they talked like they hadn't won a thing. They just talked about what, you know what I'm saying, they wanted it and you know what they meant and how they was ready to get after it. There was a lot of maturity and a lot of leadership coming from the two young men. So they say they can't hear you. So hold on. Oh, hold on. For some reason, it don't have you up at all. Try talking now. Try talking now. Say something now. No, it's still showing he's backstage. Hold on, I'm trying something real quick. I hear you now.
You can hear me? All
right, there we go.
But yeah, the West finish is the same way I had it, pretty much. So I'm not really surprised about that. And like I said, in the East, until somebody knocks off Jackson State, I don't see that changing any.
Yeah, y'all still can't hear it. So I hear him just fine.
I don't know. I'm gonna
leave.
It say my mic working now, so okay.
All right, they got you now. So I guess my question is, who do you see challenging or being the next team to kind of push Jackson State? Because there's got to be somebody. For years in the beginning, it was FAMU. Last year, I mean, I know Alabama State made a push for a while, was in contention. I don't know.
Alabama A&M, Alabama State, excuse me, and FAMU were kind of both right there last year. But I think if anybody's going to be the one to challenge Jackson State, I think you got to say that it's going to be Bama State with a healthy Andrew Body, I would assume. But honestly, man, I don't know if it ain't a race for second place between those schools.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. On the west side, they got Southern, Alcorn State, Prairie View, Texas Southern. Do you think they got it right?
Yeah, that's my order of prediction. I know a lot of people high on PV, which understandably so. They brought in a lot of talent. I think not enough people are giving Texas Southern credit. But I mean, Southern is the champ until somebody knocks them off. So that's why I'm giving the nod to Southern, because I think what they bring back defensively, if they can find a quarterback play, I think they'll be the team to beat in the West.
Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, man, like we said, it's. I honestly think I don't see the what we've seen. You know, what I'm saying, last couple of years. It's hard for me to say that anybody else is going to challenge. You know. Or knock Jackson State off that throne. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's hard for me to see that right now. Everybody has talked that talk today, but we heard that the last few years. But I will say, speaking of that talk, we talked to Tremaine Jackson.
Yeah.
Prairie View.
Yeah.
One of my favorite interviews. Him and Mickey Joseph.
Yeah.
but and it wasn't necessarily about ball. It was just kind of life.
Yeah,
So
Coach Jackson was dropping some gems, man, talking about the state of the world nowadays and just the state of this current generation and how they try to go against the grain, so to speak, down there at PV. But I also think Coach Hampton was a great interview, man.
yeah,
The energy, the intensity that he has, I think is kind of unmatched between any of the other coaches that we've interviewed today. I think he definitely took the cake for most energy, in my opinion.
definitely. And it's funny because we laughed and we talked about him inviting a kicker,
Yeah,
but when he explained why he invited him, it made so much sense. And it goes and it speaks to the character that Coach Hampton has as a person, to not only just go against the grain, but to see what he values and embodies.
yeah, and I think that's the main thing I took from Coach Hampton is it ain't all just about on the field with him. I mean, obviously the kicker went 8 for 8 last year, like he said, but he talked about what he does for the program off the field. From the tutoring sessions, making sure guys have rides, places. Just being an ultimate teammate. And I think that kind of player, that kind of leader in the locker room means a lot. And I think that's one reason why he was rewarded with this experience to come to media day.
Yeah. We also talked to Sewell and Spotswood from Alcorn
Alcorn.
State.
Yeah, I think you want to talk about having a chip on your shoulder. That's what I got from Alcorn. I think those guys, especially Spotsville, I think those guys really got a chip on their shoulder. They want to come out and prove some people wrong this year. And even Sewell, getting the recognition to be first team All SWAC. He didn't really let that get to him. He still sounded hungry. He still sounded like he has a point to prove this season. So I think that their mentality is in the right spot going into this season.
Because I agree with you. Sewell essentially said, "Thank you, but I got work to do."
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing that stuck out the most to me was Spotsville saying, "I'm not worried about the preseason first team All SWAC. I'm worried about the one at the end of the season." And so I think a lot of times we hype up these preseason awards, and rightfully so. I mean, they are a big recognition. They are something to tip your hat at to the guys who made it. But at the end of the day, the ones that really matter is the ones that happen after results on the field happen. And for you to be more worried about the end of the season list and the beginning of the season list means you got work to do. You finna go out and prove some people wrong.
Yeah, which is it's funny. I call that man Spotsville. My bad. Uh, it's like I said, I truly enjoy. We even got to talk to the athletic director
Yeah,
at PV. We asked him what it means about the SWAC announcing this new digital platform, this new uh, conference platform, and everything. And his words were, if I'm not mistaken, the SEC had one like that.
yeah.
And let's see what it's grown to. So it's been big, man.
But I think that the main thing about from talking to AD Golf was the um the call for fan support, not just in attendance, but donations and kind of helping level the playing field between the SWAC conference and some of these other conferences who've opted into the house settlement and what that generated revenue could do for a program like Prairie View and what it can do for a SWAC school. So the creative ways that they've come up with to raise money and not just raise the money, but funnel it back to the programs and to the specific players if necessary.
Yeah. Speaking of that and raising money, let me go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors. First off, shout out to Dubby. W is a powdered energy drink aimed at gamers and individuals seeking focus and energy. Is known for its clean ingredients, no jitters, and various flavors. W is also available in a hydration formula for those needing electrolytes. W achieves its smooth, effective focus with a high-end tasting experience while using no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Try W today by scanning the QR code you see on the screen or visit them on the web at bit.ly/no chill W. Dub it, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Also, if you notice today, we have on new shirts and hats. Man, this shout out to our guy Kelly Creations. If because you have a vision you're trying to bring to life, whether it's screen printing, embroidery, or custom tees, Kelly Creation has you covered. From bold logos to photo perfect prints, nobody does it better than Donald DK Kelly, the mastermind behind the magic. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or email him at kellycreations225@gmail.com. That's KELLYKREATIONS225@gmail.com. And hey, let them know No Chill Sports sent you. You just might get a little bit extra touch of that heat. Kelly Creations. Nobody does it better. All right, man. We wrapping up. You out of here? All right. Yeah. We got our man Troy from Fat Mouth Sports. He been here talking track. Well, he been nice today. He already said it's the last day he gonna be nice. He bookmarking. He taking eyebrows and chest hairs the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say one of the things where we do actually, I'm gonna ask this question. Kendrick says, do you think the SWAC needs more known coaches? For example, we're seeing Travis Hunter and Shador at Jackson State.
No, I don't think known coaches is what the SWAC needs. I think quality coaches is what the SWAC needs, and I think that's what you got. Whenever you brought in Sam Shades, a guy who's a winner, you brought in Tremaine Jackson, a guy who's been a winner everywhere he's been, pretty much. I think having name recognition, that'll bring in the casual fan, but if you're not winning, those people don't care. I think bringing in a coach that can win football games is more important than bringing in a name that people recognize.
Yeah, and speaking of you saying known coaches, you got Mickey Joseph, who was a part of that LSU 2019 championship team. You've got Terrell Buckley, who was a standout corner. So you've got several known guys who are coaching. Shit, Eddie Robinson, Alabama State. He was on that Super Bowl winning. I'm sorry, Super Bowl appearing Tennessee Titan team. Chris Dishman, who was with the Houston Oilers for a while. I mean, so you've got known guys. I know they might not necessarily be the Ray Lewises or the Ed Reeds of the world, but I mean, these are definitely some known guys. So, yeah.
Well, okay, that's fair. Dion came with everything, selling tickets, making money. Those games were packed. That's fair. But guess what?
Hold up, before you finish that, I want you to know he also did that at Jackson State, who's by far for the last 8 years.
About to say Jackson State is still selling tickets right now, and Dion isn't there. So I don't think it's necessarily the coach. I think it's the fact that whenever he got there, they became a winner, and now that he's gone, TC has still put together a winning program. So I think it's the winning that matters more than just having a Dion as a head coach. Because if Dion would have went to Jackson State and they don't make the Celebration Bowl, they don't make the SWAC championship game, are those people still coming out in droves, or is it because they're winning games that make people want to come?
Yeah. So Jackson State, prior to and since Dion, I think if I'm not mistaken, the last 8 years they're the FCS leader in attendance. So yeah, it's not necessarily a Jackson State. I mean a Dion thing. I think he helped, but I don't think that's the end all be all. ODB asks, who will be the sleeper team this year in the SWAC?
Who you got?
Texas Southern.
I was either gonna say Texas Southern or Alcorn. Those are my two.
Yeah. I don't consider Alcorn a sleeper. I think they're right there. I think Texas Southern is somebody you're not even expecting.
That's fair. Only reason I say Alcorn as a sleeper because I know they finished number 2 in the preseason ranks, but I don't think many people are giving them much. Just fanfare. I don't think many people are giving them much of a chance to do anything this year. But yeah, Texas Southern definitely. I think Coach Dishman doing a great job over there.
Yeah. What else you got, man?
Nah, man, I'm just after today. I definitely ready to get this season kicked off, man. You know, we got some great interviews with some players, some coaches, and it just make me want the season to get here even sooner, man. I don't think that people realize the talent level that's in the SWAC and the amount of quality programs that are in the SWAC. That I mean, everything is gonna be pretty much level. I think there's no other than Jackson State. I don't think there's any team that's just head and shoulders better than the next team. So I think you're gonna see a lot of great football, a lot of parity, and it's gonna be an exciting season, man.
One thing that wasn't talked about a lot, but I'm definitely looking forward to this year. There's a lot of MEAC SWAC crossover games. Yeah. I think that's going to be big.
Yeah, I mean it's always good when you get a chance to go represent your conference against another conference, whether it's the SWAC MEAC or we got some SWAC versus the conference. Dang, what's the name of that conference? With Northwestern State and all them in it. But you got
Southland.
Southland. Yeah, you got some of those matchups this year to where you can go out and kind of represent for your conference and knock off some of these other FCS conferences. So yeah, it's gonna be an exciting season, man.
Yeah. So thank you. Man, there you go, Kelly Creations, man. Y'all hit him up, man. He got us looking good today. Been represented very well. But man, that's all I got, man. I'm looking forward for the season to kick off. Definitely gonna be doing a lot more shows. When I say shows, let me rephrase that. Definitely gonna be bringing on, reaching out to a lot more institutions and having those representations on. I know we got a couple of ADs that said they need to, come through and holler at us. So we definitely gonna look forward to doing that. So I understand, practice got to be had, but I'm ready. Kick it off.
Yeah. I mean, I think we
38 days.
38 days away, so it'll be here before you know it.
38 days. So it's North Carolina Central and Southern. You are on the clock in Atlanta. Let's go.
Yeah, but I mean, we 38 days away, and then when it gets here, it's gonna fly by. So we gotta cherish it while it lasts, I guess. But I'm just ready to see some football played, man. See some guys getting hit. See some of the bands, the tailgates. I'm just ready for the whole experience, man. Like we talked about with our guy Lionel earlier. The SWAC is more than just football. It's an event every time there's a game. You got the tailgates, you got the the bands, you got homecoming. That's an event of itself. So I'm ready to get this season kicked off so we can get back to all of it, bro.
So I do want to say, you mentioned Lionel. Yeah. He did not wear that shirt today.
Oh no, Lionel ain't wear the shirt today. He knew better, man. He knew better. I said you didn't wear your shirt today, man.
He said he came professional.
You can't professional. That's the only time I've seen Lionel be professional.
You're the camera. Come on, sit down. Look.
But after I started doing the SWAC TV deal, I was like, man, let me come professional in case they're trying to give out some money. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine, you know what I'm saying? You got to come correct, right? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to give out some money. I need to come right?
You ain't wore a suit like that since Dr. Drumgold made you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Is this I don't think his mic. Hold on. Let me get him.
Oh, let me.
Hold on.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Y'all live?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How y'all enjoy y'all day so far? That's what I was asking.
Oh man, it's been good, bro. It just made me wish the season was here already, man. All the trash talk, man. All the coaches giving you that
For sure.
speak, man. It just sounds like football season.
What's the best
already,
way
man.
to break through coach speak, right? I think we need to talk about that as podcasters, right? Like how we can get kind of under that shell, right, and get them to give us a little bit more.
Well, you got to ask the right questions, man. You know what I'm saying? I think when you ask like Coach Jackson, for example, he don't believe in coach speak. Coach Jackson gonna tell you what's on his mind at every time.
That is true.
I think Coach Hampton does a good job of kind of letting you behind the scenes a little bit to see, kind of how the sausage is made, so to speak. So I think you got to ask the right questions to bring it out of them, because they're not gonna want to offer you much, especially not somewhere like this. It's a lot of cookie cutter answers. But you ask the right questions. You ask the right questions, and you'll
No
get
problem.
the right answers.
Let me get my stand up.
Well, what you think, man? It's your
Yeah.
first experience down here at SWAC midday. So what was your takeaway?
Man, one first takeaway was just how humongous the coverage of the SWAC was, right? I think, watching, like you guys podcast, right, replay or doc and stuff like that, it doesn't actually give credence to like actually what's going on here and all behind the scenes and everything like that, right? So to just see all the moving pieces and stuff like that, got a chance to chop it up with Associate AD Andrew Roberts too, right? So it just really shows kind of how big this conference is, right? You know what I mean? And how special it is. So I think I have a greater even appreciation for the SWAC as a whole, just seeing kind of how much love it gets out here, man. So that I think stands out for me, right? And that's why I wanted to come and kind of record a lot of behind the scenes and stuff like that, so people can kind of see, because we never got that right before. But yeah, that definitely stood out to me, man. And then just the players, I ain't gonna lie, right? Like seeing some of the guys and seeing like the height, right? The body types, right, of a lot of these guys that's out here and being able to see them in person. Sometimes again, watching from the stands, you don't get that full view of things like that, right? Obviously seeing it with the teams you deal with, like PV, for example, I can see that. But now seeing guys from other places, right? It just shows me again, right, man, we got a lot of talent here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we need to tell our stories and kind of really uplift our players overall.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't recognize what all it takes to get a successful media day, man. The shuffling from the coaches and players, shuffling from one interview to the next. Like, I don't think the SIDs get enough credit for what they do and how they make this a well-oiled machine. So I think it's a lot that goes on, but that people don't realize. But it takes everybody to put it in the same direction.
No, for sure. So yeah, I mean, and us, right? Like you guys going out, grabbing people, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. You see that behind the scenes, what's going on. Dennis does a great job at FAMU, by the way. You want to shout out Dennis. He does an awesome job at FAMU, over there. I see him. But yeah, man, it's really big, right? You know what I mean? But I love it, right? And that's why I'm happy with the TV deal. I mean, the digital network, right? The SWAC is building, because I really feel like it's going to give a chance for all of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes to even be seen. We need a place for that. We didn't have a place to house that, right? And so now we actually have a place to house some of those things that I think a lot of our fans would love to see. And we just see where it goes, right? Because it's just starting, but I really think that there's some plans in the work to kind of really build up and even help podcasts like No Chill, right? You know what I'm saying? To get where you guys want to go and stuff like that. So, and I do have a purple and black on my tie, right? So listen, don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted. I see y'all in the chat. Listen, I'm trying to stay calm. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine's here, so I'm being respectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm being respectful right now because Jasmine's here. But
let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest benefit of the SWAC Digital Network?
Biggest benefit is you being able to go direct to advertisers. It just is what it is, right? Like you don't have any middleman. Now, obviously, I know they're going to probably work with a company, right? You know what I'm saying? And actually that does that to bring in adverts. But you don't got to go through YouTube, right? You know what I'm saying? And go get ad revenue or ad money, right? You don't got to go through, even ESPN in a sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to be able to get all your data. You're going to be able to know how many of your fans are watching certain things, certain games, right? All your analytics to be able to go and say, hey man, this is how much we're pulling in each week. Viewership eyes. This is their age. This is where they stand. This is what they typically buy. You're going to be able to get all that. You don't got to go get nobody to do that for you. And you can go get direct advertising dollars, right? That you can then give to the institutions, right? Keep some of the SWAC, right? Again, like build platforms like this. For me, it makes sense. It's like, listen, if I can go and say, hey, man, I'm going to bring a No Chill as a part of the SWAC digital footprint, right? And I can know that, hey, man, I can come and support you guys and give you guys this type of money, right, to run your podcast. Also put some money in your pocket for what you do.
how many people like that would say, yeah, I'm gonna take that deal, right, and be on a platform where my audience actually already lives? You see what I'm saying? So what they can do with this is, we don't even understand all of what they can do with this. That's the thing. And I talked with Gideon a little bit earlier. They started with Roku. They were one of the first Roku channels, right, when Roku first came out, right? So they've been doing 24/7 live streaming since the inception of basically live streaming, right? So these guys know what they're doing behind the scenes. And so it's huge, man. It's literally major. So I can't wait to see the conceptions of what they bring out with it.
Yeah, so we pretty much finna get kicked out of here. I see everybody breaking down, but man, it's funny because the first time, the first year we came was the second year of I'm sorry, the third year of Dion, Travis Hunter freshman year. I mean, you had Roland Martin, you had all kind of media outlets
Yeah.
in the building. It's not so much that anymore, but you definitely see a lot more of your grassroots in the building now. That's what it's a lot more handshaking and baby kissing going around now. A lot more cooperation amongst media creators and content creators. I even see what dang, I can't think of the name of her podcast, Don Montgomery, and I forget what
Oh yeah.
but I saw her here. And it's just like actually, I'm gonna tell you, matter of fact, a lot more women sports commentators are here.
I actually love seeing that. I've seen like 5 or 6 for sure, off top, right? So yeah, for sure.
And I think another thing I talked to Santoria Black about this is when we first came to Media Day a few years ago, there was a few podcasts here, but now look at almost every school has a podcast here.
Yeah, that's big.
So not only do you have people like us who cover kind of everybody, you know, but you have all these school podcasts, you know, school affiliated podcasts where you got people who are in tune with their programs, they know what's going on, and they ask the questions that some of these bigger media markets might not ask because they're not as in tune, not as knowledgeable about the program.
That's a good point. And I think that's why it's important for you to have that and for the SWAC to be able to support that, right? Because one, let's just talk about the amount of alums and supporters that you have with all of these different universities, right, that's involved. You know, like when I talk about PV, right, we got over 85,000 actual graduated alum, right? But we all know, right, graduated alum ain't the amount of total alum that has touched the campus at some point in time, right? That's literally in the hundreds of thousands, and there's multiple schools like that, multiple schools in the tens of thousands. So how many people, you know what I mean, can we actually impact and get to support our programs with a network like this and different podcasts and stuff like that, right? So to me, it's big and major for us to have it, and I'm hoping that it only continues to grow. I saw my guy Jamel Matthews here, right, who started Unmatched Sports. Great guy, right? That's my guy until we come off that hill, August 30th. He's my guy, but he already know when we come off that hill, it ain't gonna be like that. But August 31st, we'll be back kicking it. You feel me?
I will say that that's another thing about this that I like to see is the rivals, you know, being cordial because it ain't football season quite yet.
Yeah, it's not football season.
You know, once it's a Saturday in the fall and you in the you got the teams come out, it ain't gonna be as nice, you know. But
not gonna be. But I'm a respectful guy, right? So I'm still love everybody. I'm just gonna tell them the truth though, and I'm just gonna tell them the truth. This is what I do, right? I can't do nothing. The truth will set you free, man.
That's what I've been told.
Hey, listen, that's what the Bible
All
says.
right.
That's the one Lionel Mosby Sr. told me a few times too.
So, fellas, I think it's a wrap for Media Day. Looking forward to the season to kick off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thing you're most looking forward to for this upcoming season?
I think the thing I'm most looking forward to as a whole is the product. When I say the product, I'm looking forward to all of the teams getting better, and I'm looking forward to the great coverage of all of the different teams, right? With the SWAC Digital Network or the SWAC TV, you got HBCU Go that does an excellent job, right? And then ESPN events, right? Especially with those specific ABC and ESPN2, ESPN games. I'm really looking forward to that, right? Because I'm a person who goes back and I basically watch almost every game, if not every game, right, each weekend, right, after they played. Obviously, I'm going to either be at PV or watch the PV game first, but after that, I'm going to watch the Graham game, right? I'm going to watch Alabama A&M, right, because I support SWAC sports in general, right? So I'm just excited about how great the coverage is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So
I think for me, it's kind of seeing where the SWAC lands among the other FCS conferences. We talked about all the crossover games between the Southland and the MEAC, and just to kind of see where they the litmus test, so to speak, for the SWAC. You know, to see can they compete with some of these other FCS conferences week in and week out.
All right, for me, I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is I'm looking forward to seeing how some of these rivals shake out. Some of these rivalries. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm looking forward to see how some of these preseason selections shake out.
Yeah, well, the preseason selections always, I feel like, it's changed, especially if not at the top, right, all the way through. There's normally, I've never seen it like be chalk from what it says in the preseason, right? You know what I mean? So that's gonna be interesting. And I feel like, to be honest, not even about. I feel like PV. I feel like it's fair, right, to give them an assessment of third. I don't even know if third is fair, right? You know what I'm saying? But Texas Southern, to me, I feel like was a very, very low assessment in my opinion, right? And that's my rival. But I feel like they should have got a lot more love. But then it's another thing, right? We got to be honest and say, man, ADs and SIDs choosing preseason, predict order of finish isn't necessarily the best way to go about it, because they don't really, it's like you talk about with the podcast and stuff like that. Now, I don't think necessarily the podcast should be the ones that maybe choose, but we have great outlets like BCSN Sports and, HBCU Go, et cetera. We need to lean on some of these media outlets, right, and give them a chance to have voting power as far as those predicted order of finish. And I think you'll get a lot more clean, and true kind of prediction of what it's going to be. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, fellas. Well, that's it for us. Everybody from SWAT Media Day. We'll see y'all next time. We'll be back next week sometime or something like that. And like that, we are out.
How with y'all?